Hello guys, and welcome to Astrology Coaching by Anatoly. Today we'll proceed with the planet series in Vedic Astrology, and we are going to put the basic Vedic Astrology. At the end we'll have a game like all the other videos regarding the planets, regarding the planet series, and we're going to choose randomly one chart from my website calculator. You can, if you want to check your chart, you can go to www.astrology-coaching.com, and there is a chart calculator. You can check it and of course see what is your Vedic chart. But this is at the end. The game and the fun is at the end. Now, like a real Virgo, we're going to work hard. Okay, let's start now. Okay, so Rahu and Ketu. These are maybe my favorite planets. Basically, they're not real planets. They're calculated point that we call shadowy planet, but we call them planets. Okay, Rahu and Ketu are they are your destiny in Vedic astrology. They control your destiny and they show you your past and your future. Rahu and Ketu are real malefics. As I told you in the previous video, Ketu is really dangerous planet for me. That's why I'm very careful what is going on, what is the transits of Ketu every year. So I'm very careful with this planet. Of course, if you're not in the planetary period of Ketu, this is it means that you cannot feel it to 100%, but still 30, 40 or 50% are very high for this planet. So they're malefics, and these planets are the outcasts. I mean, in the planetary cabinet, they're the outcast. And if you want to know the nature of Rahu and Ketu, you have to know the mythology that is related to Rahu and Ketu. The mythology, the story in short, briefly, is something like that. So, Lord Vishnu decides to give the nectar of immortality, which is called Amrita, to the gods. And one of the demons decided that he wants to be immortal too, and transform himself into a god, and went there among the gods to drink from the nectar of immortality. And while he was drinking from the nectar, sun and moon saw that this is not a god and this is a demon, and they told Vishnu, "Hey Vishnu, this is not a god, this is a demon." And Vishnu, I think Vishnu takes his sword and beheaded the demon. So he divided it into a head and a body. But the demon has already drank from the immortality and nectar from Amrita, and that's why he was not able to destroy it anymore. And from this moment, the demon turned into two. In Rahu, which is a head without a body, and Ketu, a body without a head. So this is the mythology story about Rahu and Ketu, and that's why Rahu and Ketu are the biggest enemy of the sun and moon. They always want to destroy sun and moon. This is the reason that there are eclipses. Rahu and Ketu cause the eclipses. They are the points that cause the eclipses in the sky, because they want to eat, they want to swallow the luminaries, the sun and the moon. So wherever Rahu and Ketu are together with sun and moon, this creates big issue in the chart. Of course, my chart is like that. I have sun conjuncted with Ketu and moon conjuncted with Rahu. A big show program, an entertainment show, entertaining show. They're always, Rahu and Ketu, they're always 7 houses apart, so they're always opposition. They're 180, I think, degrees. If Rahu is in the second house, Ketu will be always in the 8th house. If Rahu is in the 4th, Ketu will be in the 10th house. They're always opposite, in the opposite houses, okay? As I told you, Rahu and Ketu are more closely to the alternative camp of Mercury, Venus and Saturn, and they're enemies of Venus and Moon. With Mars, Rahu and Mars are enemies. I'll explain later with Mars and Ketu what is the relationship. But basically, Rahu and Ketu feel better with the alternative camp Mercury, Venus and Saturn. So now we are going to discuss the signification of Rahu and Ketu. First we will start with Rahu. Rahu is the future. It shows you your mission in your life. Rahu is worldly desires. Rahu wants everything. Rahu is a head that always wants to eat. It wants to be the king. It wants all the material riches in the world. It wants success. It wants to be on the throne. It wants to achieve everything. And Rahu is, as I told you, it always wants to eat more and it is never satisfied. So people with strong Rahu and, for example, in combination with Moon, they always want more and more and more. Rahu have insatiable worldly desires. It wants the best material things. If you have, for example, phone, Rahu will want the latest model of the phone, the newest model of the TV, the newest camera, everything that is new, everything that is part of the future. Rahu is related to drugs. Rahu is related to obsession. Rahu is related to addiction. Rahu is cheater, insincere, lustful. Rahu is manipulation. Rahu is illusion, delusion. Fake news, confusion. Rahu is smoking. Together with drug addiction is smoking addiction too, but it is a smoke. The color is ash, gray ash color. This is the color of Rahu. Rahu is aerospace. Rahu is nuclear power. Rahu is chemicals too. Rahu reflects Saturn, but because Rahu is co-ruler of Aquarius together with Saturn, and it reflects Saturn, but Saturn is fear and Rahu is unnecessary fear, for example. Rahu is foreign lands, foreign cultures, foreign places. And if you have, for example, in Rahu in 7th house, most probably you have a spouse that is from a foreign country or from the same country, but the person lives in a foreign, distant place. This is one of the options. If you have Rahu in the 4th house, this means that you will bring something foreign into your house. It is good to have different culture. For example, some objects from different cultures in your house. This will give you energy, some kind of energy that controls Rahu. Of course, there are many other signification and meaning of Rahu in 4th house, but it's not. We will not discuss this now. The other thing is, if Rahu is placed in a good position, it can give you worldly achievement. Rahu wants everything. Rahu wants to be the king, so it can bring you fame. Okay? Rahu is exalted in Taurus and it is debilitated in Scorpio. As I said, Rahu is co-ruler of Aquarius. Nakshatras that Rahu rules are Ardra, Swati and Shatabisha. The dasha of Rahu is 18 years long. Now we are going to discuss Ketu. Ketu is the opposite of Rahu. It is the karka of moksha. This is the planet that signifies moksha, the spiritual growth, the spiritual liberation, the enlightenment. So in this life, of course, moksha, the spiritual enlightenment, the spiritual liberation comes not from parties and happy life, it comes from pain. So that's why Ketu is a planet that through pain or through obstacles, through challenges, makes you spiritual and helps you to grow in your spirituality and helps your soul grow. This is the main meaning of Ketu. Ketu is detachment of the material world. Ketu is asceticism. Ketu is loneliness. Ketu is isolation. Ketu is psychic planet. It gives psychic abilities. Ketu is a planet that connects you with other dimensions. So if you have Ketu in the first house, this can give you an of course specific sign. It can give you psychic abilities too, and connection with other dimension, and healing power, because Ketu is healing. You can heal people in different way, maybe with your hands, maybe with your energy, maybe with your words, but Ketu gives healing powers. Ketu is invisible, so it rules ghosts, it rules magic, it rules witches and witchcrafts. It rules everything that is invisible. It rules ailments that cannot be cured or that are difficult to diagnose. I mean, it rules such diseases that are difficult to diagnose or are not curable. That's what I mean. Ketu is the planet of phobias, fear, but not fear like Rahu, but phobias, obsessions, nightmares. Occultism is related to Ketu too, so you can be very good occult. If you have strong Ketu, this means that you can be very good in the field of occultism, magic, or fortune teller, even fortune teller or healer. Ketu is bad habits. Ketu is poisons. Ketu is dirt, filth. This is Ketu too. Ketu rules the parasites too. Ketu rules imprisonment too. Everything that is related to isolation, asceticism is ruled by Ketu. Ketu is viruses. Ketu is epidemics. Ketu is everything that is... Ketu can cause a big worldly events too, that are with destructive worldly events. For example, Ketu is, as I told you, is a co-ruler of Scorpio, and it reflects the signification of Mars. But for example, if Mars have energy that is more competitive, to fight for the goals, if Mars is a fighter, sportist, athlete, Ketu is the killer, is the terrorist, this type of energy. It took the negative energy that Mars has, the terrorist, the killer, the serial killer too. Ketu is mass catastrophes, so many times when depends on the transit, if some really big event happens that is related to mass catastrophe, there is a specific position of Ketu every time. Ketu will take the satisfaction from the house that it is placed, because Ketu is your past life and it will push you through Rahu, towards Rahu. Ketu will push you towards Rahu. So it will make you go towards your dreams, towards your future, because Ketu shows your past, and it will push you to go towards Rahu, which is your future and which is your mission in this life. So the dasha of Ketu is 7 years. Nakshatra that rules are Ashwini, Magga and Mua. It is exalted in Scorpio, Mutrikona of Scorpio. Some people say that Mutrikona is Capricorn too. Depends, but I accept that Mutrikon and the exaltation is in Scorpio. And it is debilitated in Taurus, because Taurus is too material sign, and Scorpio, for example, is dark. It's related to magic, occultism, mysticism. It is related to everything that is hidden, invisible, which Ketu likes. That's why it is exalted there. So, for example, if you have Ketu Ketu in the 10th house and Rahu in the 4th house, this means that you will not get satisfaction from your job because your mission is to find your happiness, to find your inner peace. Probably your profession will be related to mysticism or occult or something related with the occult world, or you need to be isolated or on a place where you feel calm and invisible for the others. And your mission will be to find your home, to find your happiness, because Rahu is in your 4th house and this is your mission in this world. But now, because we don't have a lot of time, we can start with the game. So we'll go again to my website, www.astrology-coaching.com, and this time we will go to Russia. Of course, we cannot miss our friends from Russia. Moscow. Let's go Moscow. I'm going to choose randomly. I don't know which date, but let's say, I don't know, I really don't know. I'm just going to choose a place and see what chart it will appear, and we'll discuss it. Russia, Moscow. Okay. Okay, again Gemini. Rahu, I'll put the chart somewhere here. Rahu is in the 10th house together with Moon in Cancer, and Ketu is in... Oh, there's no Gemini. Okay, that's good. Ketu is in Capricorn in the 4th house. So Ketu in the 4th house in Capricorn, and Rahu and Moon in the 10th house. That is a good example, to be honest, in Cancer. So you can pause video now and give me your short suggestion. What does this position of Rahu and Ketu means according to your opinion? Okay, pause the video now. So, the first thing, Ketu is in the 4th house. This means that in your past life, you were able to create your own family. You had your family, you had your happiness, and in this life, you have to find your career. You have to find your career path, and you have to fulfill your professional dreams. And this will be your mission. This will be the thing that you have to find. People with Rahu in the 10th house, they need to have career. They need to be recognized. They need to be seen by the world. This is very important. They need to be seen. They need to get the status, and this is their mission. So Ketu will create problems with your mother, problems with your family, and Rahu will create problems with your father. You have strange relationship with them. You will never feel happy in your home. I'm just generally speaking with this position. You will not feel happy in your homeland. You have to leave your hometown. You have to leave probably your country. I have the same position in different signs. And I live abroad because I never felt happy in my country. For now. Rahu in the 10th house with Moon, this is great fame. This person, if there is a person who is born on 31st October 1980 and 7:45 Moscow, Russia, I'm pretty sure he will be famous or she will be famous. Rahu and Moon creates yoga for fame, and Moon is in Cancer. It is strong. Basically, Rahu and Moon are enemies. So there will be problems with the mind, obsessions, depressions, emotional ups and downs for sure. And there is one yoga. I know you don't know yet yoga, but this is Kavasarpa yoga. All the planets, you see, all the planets are from the one side of Rahu and Ketu. Right? Yes. This creates Kavasarpa yoga. People with Kavasarpa yoga, they have very transforming lives. They have lives full with ups and downs, full with achievements, failures, and this create one of the most famous people have Kalasarpa yoga because they had so many difficulties in their life that they created character of a fighter, of a person who make his dream or her dreams come true with work and ambition and never giving up. So Rahu and Moon here creates a big yoga for fame. Moon is strong, so there may be depression, but Moon is in Cancer. It's an own sign, so Rahu will not be able to cause a lot of damages here. What are the degrees? Oh, they're very close. Okay, so there will be influence, but because they're very, very close, you know, the degrees are very important. But I'm pretty sure that this person can overcome all the problems that Rahu will cause, and this person can become very, very famous. So this is the short analysis of this. So this was the video for Rahu and Ketu. Next video is additional video. Although we are not using the outer planets so much, I decided to make one short video for the outer planets and for all the people who are into Western astrology. Yeah, I'm speaking about Vedic, but in Western astrology, their outer planets, Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune are very popular and they are used all the time. And I'm going to put Upagrahas, just a small part for Upagrahas, which are subplanets in Vedic astrology. See you soon.